Hi everyone, you may have caught yesterday's video where I started colouring these candies, or sweeties, sweets as we would call them, on this Christmas page from the weekly planner. Now I have decided, I finished off the border. I'll show you a little bit. I did all the things the same as I'd done on the video, but the holly, I decided to keep it pink and pastel-y just to all match in. I think I said I was going to do it dark, but I didn't. I used my Holbein pastel pencils for these because I wanted some different shades, and I'd used all the shades in my other pastel set. So there we go. But what I am going to do today is I'm going to do an experimental sky, and we'll see what happens. Now I've been sent some distress ink and a little pad for applying it, and it occurred to me that I could make the sky look sort of splodgy and it might look a bit snowy. I might be able to get that effect, but as you can see, I have played with this a tiny bit, but I'm not sure how much it's going to go through the page. So I thought I would try it in the planner, because if it goes through on the back of the page, we've only got this diary page, which I don't use. Obviously I want to protect this page, so I've got a big wodge of scrap paper, and I'm going to shove that behind. It's some stuff that I found next to my printer where people have printed it and it's gone wrong. I've made sure there's a blank piece. That's my son's chemistry diagram. Make sure there's a blank piece on each side, so if there's anything that goes, so I don't get any. Just checking that it's not work that he needs, but I don't think, no. I'm just going to, getting paranoid now. I'm going to find one that I definitely know is scrap. I'll put that one on the top, just to be sure. So the Distress ink, this is Tim Holtz. There are other brands as far as I'm aware. I think he is the brand, sort of big brand, and there are other ones that aren't called Distress ink, but they do the same thing. Now this is called Tumbled Glass. I don't know much about Distress ink. This is the only one I've got, but it's good fun to have a go. So you just pull off the lid like that. You can see, whoops, it's just an ink pad. And we have this, I was given this with it, which I used to dab in and do a pattern. Now, obviously with this page, we've got a lot of intricate detail, and if I splodge that there, it's going to go over the top. So what I'm going to do is try and keep it around, away from the edges, see how it looks. And I might just colour in the edges either with a bit of pastel or with some pencil to sort of blend it all in. But I just thought, let's have a go. So I'll put my pad, hang on, let's put the pad there so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to dip quite lightly to start with and just start splatting. You can see that's hardly showing, so obviously I haven't got enough ink. I just want to start lightly. I don't necessarily want to, you know, do it too hard, because you can build up layers. And you can see, I was thinking it might give a sort of snowy or bokeh type effect because of the round stamp, but we'll see. Now the sky goes right down to here, and down here there's like snow, so you know, snow on the ground. So we're trying to sort of fill all the space as much as I can. As I say, I can't get too close to the little details because I don't want to go sort of over the top. Now I've seen this used for bubbles on a sort of watery picture, which I think is a really good idea. I think I was also given a cloud stencil, which you've seen me use with my pastels if you've been following a lot of my videos. And I think I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, I just managed to stop the video and get my hanky out just in time. So that was quite an achievement. That's probably the most exciting thing I've achieved today. I did have a good laugh this morning actually. In the town where I live, Stroud, our Christmas light switch on is the 3rd of December. So it hasn't happened yet. And we have a little lantern procession. The local children are encouraged to go to lantern making workshops, which is good fun. and my children did it when they were small. In fact, one of them did it in school, but the other one didn't. So we had to go to the workshop so the other one could have one, so that we could join the procession, which was fun. It was a little bit disorganised. Trying to organise a load of different school kids was good fun when I'm not sure anyone was actually assigned the task of organising. So yeah, but it was certainly a fun experience. I don't know if they remember it, but I do. Now we've got quite an uneven splodginess, which I'm quite happy with, to be honest. But obviously we've got these gaps, and what I'm thinking is maybe I can use a different tool. Ooh, stretching a long way. And maybe one of the tools I use for pastels in the ink to get into the edges. I've got no idea. I'm going to give it a go. Anyway, I was telling you about these Christmas lights. So I had a look at the... there was a post on Facebook from there's a site called Not Unusual for Stroud. Because our town is known for being a bit mad. I'm beginning to get a bit on there, look. Let's see what happens if I dot it. Oh look, it does work. I think I'm going to persevere with that. And shows the weird things that we do. It's quite an interesting town. We've got quite a lot of hippies, people like protesting. But there's it's also a commuter town for larger cities, so there are sort of business people, but and there are the locals who are different again to all these sort of intruders. I rather like this smaller dotting pattern. So anyway, they the Christmas lights that have gone up are quite funny. We've obviously got new ones this year, I'm assuming. I haven't been to town for a few days, and they I didn't notice them. It was light as well, so they weren't on. In fact, they haven't been switched on yet, so I don't know how come someone saw them switched on. But there was a good picture on Instagram, which I'm going to have a look and see if I can find for you. Here we go. Here it is. So these are our Christmas lights. That's our high street. There are Christmas lights. And there is the caption. I'll let you decide. There was quite a good comment. A few comments going, well, Stroud Christmas lights have always been a bit pants, which was... because of course in the UK, for those in America, we don't use the word pants for trousers. We use the word pants for underpants. So, but someone else said, is it 9:30? It took me quite a while to cotton on to what they meant. I don't know, there's a rhyme. What's the time? 9:30. Hang your knickers on the line. If the policeman comes along, hurry up and put them on. I've got no idea if that rhyme is something that this is so good, this tool, this thing. I'm having fun. ... And just went out of the lines. I mean, in the lines. I'm supposed to be staying out of them. So it's quite a funny rhyme. It's probably aged me. I don't know if it is one that anyone would have really heard of outside of the UK, or even younger than a certain age. I'm not that old. Well, I don't feel old. I guess I am 48, but I feel like I'm really young. But my children tell me I'm old, but then I am compared to them. But I don't feel it. I think having teenagers in the house keeps you feeling young. I felt a lot older when they were toddlers, I have to say. So I sort of abandoned my big tool for making these dots, the circular stamp. And I'm just using this little one and trying to blend it all in. And I'm quite liking that effect. Whoops. It would probably be better to have a something. I have been thinking about trying to find something to use that isn't disposable, because you know, it's not good really throwing away every time. But with ink you can't wash it out, as far as I'm aware. so I'd have to have one for each colour. Obviously I've only got one colour now, so it's not a problem, but I still can't get that close to that chimney pot. Just do the best I can. Now what I could do is draw some white snow on top after, but I don't think I'm going to need to. Just going to leave it like this. Now for the rest of the house picture, I will be using the same pastel theme. So I've got 12 Holbein pastels, and I've got the pastel pencils, the cores with my Gloucestershire accent cores ones that I reviewed, that I put them back all messy. And I've got these. Quite a price difference. I think the Holbeins cost, well, a lot. The cores ones I checked, they cost £4 for 12, and those Holbeins cost probably more like 20. I'm not completely sure. So there's a huge difference in price. Now what I liked about the cores ones was you could sharpen them to a fine point and they kept that point for quite a long time, which is really good when you've got a page like this with lots of details. But the Holbeins are more smushy, and the colours I think on the Holbeins are a little bit more pastel-y and vibrant. I think some of the cores ones are actually a bit neon, like that green there, but I think that's, you know, they are what they are, and a lot of the colours are really, really pretty, and I've been enjoying them. I've been using them this morning on, actually when I finished this page off, and actually used them on another one as well. I can show you actually, just so you can see. It's just nearby, bear with me. Oh, here it is. I did this kites page, and I used the pastel tones. I can't get that bit of the book under the camera, I'm afraid, so you just have to look at the top bit. So I used the pastel tone. I will, I'm getting quite close to finishing that book, and I will do a full flip through and make sure you can see each page properly, and I'll sort of talk you through a little bit about what I've done on the pages, so that'll be fun. I'm hoping to get, I've actually today caught up with Johanna, in the sense that I had been running behind the order she was doing, and because I started with the inside of the cover and doing the sort of intro pages and things, which she didn't do. But I've now caught up with her, and I've done some of the pages further on, so I'm confident that I'm going to be able to finish when I planned on finishing, which will be good fun. I think that it's helpful in that book. I don't think it demands lots of backgrounds and things, and a lot of the pages are just writing, or they are just a little bit to colour, so that makes it much quicker to finish it. And I've also this week haven't had a lot of work, so I've had some time to get on. I rather like this effect that I have created with this little makeup stick. Cotton bud, cosmetic bud, I don't know what you might want to call it. But I shall move away and you can see. Now you might want to draw some white dots on there for more snow, but actually I don't think it's necessary. I'm just going to do a little bit in there. Now I understand that this dries quite quickly, which is quite useful, but I am going to check the back. Let's see what's happening on the other side of the page. Now you can't see. Let me show you. I cannot see any bleed through whatsoever. There's a bit of a mark up here, which I'm actually out of shot there, but it's actually come from the pencil on the facing page. So there we go. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's just a very different background idea, isn't it? And yeah, and so this is, as I said, this product, I'll just put it back into shot for you, is the Distress ink, and it's called Tumbled Glass. So it's a sort of, you know, light bluey colour. I think it's worked very well for the sky, and I think it will work well for sort of bubbles and water and things, which I'm going to have a play with it at some point, using it for that as well. But there we go. I'm going to make that do. I thought it was just a bit fun. It's almost a sort of review. Now what I'm going to, I might fill in a few of the gaps if I'm not happy with it going right to the edge, but I think it's fine. It's just when I colour in the house, I might find there's a few bits that I want to do a little bit differently, but we'll see. But there we go. So that's that. What I am going to do is I am going to come back, oops, and colour this in for tomorrow's video, so you can have a look at my ideas for the roof and the you know, different bits and bobs. So have a go at that. I won't do the whole thing, I can't imagine, in one video, but I can show you every little element, so then you can go away and have a go yourself. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that was fun and interesting and a bit different. So happy colouring.